Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I am Samir Rahman and I welcome you all for lesson 2 of class 7th. In order you have missed the lesson 1, it is available on our YouTube page of PMS NSR. So you should better go and watch out the video for lesson number 1, as we have discussed the course contents which you have to note down in your notebooks for both English A and English B. Today we are going to start the comprehension from very unit number 1. Today I am going to do the reading plus I will try to explain the lesson to you. And fair job should be done by you. Majority of job should be done by you. I want your proper attention as I will read it down for you. I'll explain and there are some activities at the end which you will perform. So coming towards unit number 1, as you can see behind, unit number 1 is Antarctica and the South Pole. Antarctica and the South Pole. As we all know, we have 7 continents and Antarctica is one of the continents. One of the continents, and it is abandoned on continent. It has no native people, no money, and there are no specific languages. As there are no people, so there is no specific language. Now, when we are talking about Antarctica, what do you people think of? Cold, freezing cold, some penguins, some whales might be, some seals, all these stuff. And if you are visiting to Antarctica, what are you planning to carry out with yourself? That is the question and we will discuss at the end of this lesson. Now coming towards the reading, but before I start reading, I have found a map in my diary and I'll explain. If you could see this map, and I'll start explaining about this map. Now, Antarctica is a huge continent at the bottom of planet Earth. You can see here Antarctica. It is right at the bottom. It is the world's map. If you can see it, it is a world's map and Antarctica is right at the bottom of the world's map. The continent and surrounding southern ocean are also known as Antarctic. This is the southern ocean which is surrounding the Antarctica, and it is also known as Antarctic Ocean. Antarctica is bigger than Europe. You can fetch out Europe in this map, and it is bigger continent than Europe, but not as big as North America. It is not big as North America. It has no native people, means यहाँ के रहने वाले local कोई लोग नहीं हैं. No native language and no money. 90% of Antarctica is covered in an ice cap that is on average at least 1.6 kilometers thick. 90% of this Antarctica, as it is not shown although in the map, but for your awareness, 90% of Antarctica is covered with ice, and which is about 1.6 kilometer thick. Just imagine the thickness of that ice. It is 1.6 kilometers thick. Not surprisingly, it is the coldest, driest, windiest place on Earth. It is cold, it is dry, and it is windy. Antarctica is a bit like going into a deep freeze. Like for example, if you want to go in Antarctica, so you will feel like you have went into a deep freezer. The South Pole is in the very middle of Antarctica. Now you can watch out here, South Pacific Ocean, sorry. The South Pole, they are saying that it is right in between the Antarctica. The South Pole is right in between the Antarctica. There are 2 seasons in the South Pole. There are only 2 seasons. In Pakistan, we have 4 seasons. How many? 4. Winter, summer, autumn, and spring. But in the South Pole, there are only 2 seasons, which are winter and summer. During winter, which lasts from March to September, it is dark all the time. विंटर के दौरान में ये डार्क रहता है. ये एंटार्क्टिक, ये साउथ पोल जो होता है, ये पूरा डार्क रहता है, because the south pole is facing away from the sun. And why? What is the reason? Because this south pole is facing away from the sun. ये sun से काफ़ी फासले पे होता है या फिर उसके दूसरे तरफ होता है. The other 6 months are summer, and the left 6 months are summer, which starts the next 6 months. Other than March to September, the other 6 months, still it is freezing in summer when it is bright 24 hours a day. In summers, it is bright. In winters, it is dark. And in summers, it is bright for 24 hours, all 24 hours. Who wants to live in the coldest, windiest, dry place on earth? Now the question, who wants to? Do you want to live here? Penguins, seals, whales, and a large type of birds and fish, of course. These are the things which normally are found in Antarctica. The Antarctica is teeming with a wildlife that has adopted to live in freezing conditions. Penguins huddle together for warmth, and whales and seals have plenty of blubber to help prevent them getting cold. Now, we have we have studied about Antarctica, that what kind of species are found there, and we have whales, seals, and penguins. Now, I have said the huddle together. They huddle together, the penguins. Huddle means to nestle, to live together. You might have seen in videos. You very rarely have witnessed a lonely penguin. What was the last time you have witnessed a lonely penguin on TV? Always they live in a huddle. They nestle together just to keep themselves warm. While seals, these are the other river creatures, and whales, they have blubber. Blubber are thick fats. They have fatty bodies, fats around their bodies which keep them warm. So these are the things which are found in Antarctica. Now, I have a little more information if I could share it with you. Antarctica, believe it or not, there are quite a few airports in Antarctica. A few airports are also made in Antarctica, and that airport, the most recently one is Wilkins Runway. Wilkins Runway is the latest airport which is made in Antarctica, and it is active throughout the summers and throughout the winters. It is active, which is 40 kilometers from the coast. From the coast, it is how much distance? The 40 kilometers. You have to travel 40 kilometers to reach this airport from the coast area. Although the work began on this was in 2005. That is just for your knowledge, and you have to keep these things in mind. And you can also fetch this knowledge on the first page of unit number 1, right at the bottom, Antarctic airports. But was carried out during summer months only because even hot season the temperature is as low as minus 35 degrees Celsius. The work was started in 2005, but only the work was carried out in summers. Why? Because in summers the temperature is minus 35 degrees Celsius. It is almost impossible for a human being to work there in winters. So that's why they carried the work out in summers only. The ice runway is 4 kilometers. Before the use of planes and helicopters, it took scientists 5 weeks to travel to Australia by boat to Antarctica. From Australia by boat to Antarctica, they can now get there less than 5 hours. So the thing was that the travelers, the scientists, or whoever wanted to visit to Antarctica, when there was no airport there, which is made recently, when there were no airports, they used to travel by sea, and it took them 5 hours from continent Australia to travel to Antarctica through the ocean. Now, this was the reading of this lesson. If you could focus on the board. Now, reading and explanation have been done. Now, I want you all to underline these words in your books. I hope you all have your books with you, plus your pencils or any other pen, pencil, whatever it is. Underline these words kindly for your vocabulary. The continent, Southern Ocean, native, windiest, huddle, blubber, and prevent. Let me repeat: continent, Southern Ocean, native, windiest, huddle, blubber, and prevent. Underline these words, and what you have to do, you have to look for their meanings. You have to look for their meanings in a dictionary or a thesaurus might be. Or you may use any help. You have to find out their meanings, and not only the meanings. After finding out the meanings, you have to use these words in your own sentences. You have to use these words, in your own sentences. And you have to write these words down, their meanings, plus you have to use them in your sentences. This is activity 1. Now, moving towards the home task. Towards the home task, there is a checkup on page number 8. If you look at page number 8, there is a checkup. just to enhance your vocabulary. There is a checkup on page number 8, and in page number 8, exercise A plus B we have exercise A plus B, but it is not home task in lesson 2. It will be your home task in lesson 3, as I am going to explain it to you people in lesson 3. I hope you have got this lesson, you have understood about Antarctica. Please do give your feedback to us, and if you have any problem, you can comment below, or you can message me, or you can contact me if you have any problems relevant to this topic. I'll be back shortly with lesson 3. Till then, Allah Hafiz.